Okay, running shoes. Whoa. So I've just actually come back from a run, had a shower, had something to eat and calm down. Um, I used to, when I was young, I used to love Robert D. Castillo. I used to love Chariots of Fire, and I used to jog around the block a fair bit. Fast track to now, I'm 45. 10 years ago, at a time, I was homeless and stuff. I'm really skinny. Ended up doing some strength training. Got fifth in New South Wales in strongman. I'm on a bit of weight, a bit of fat, like right. You can see, like, I got some fat, I got some tone still, but I just felt too bulky and stuff. So I had a bit of a break, and I don't know, I just recently started to jog, and it came about because I started to train Muay Thai to try and improve my cardio. I skateboarded a bit to try and get some fitness back, and I sprained my ankles because I was very top heavy. And I found that the running was actually helping my ankles, and now my ankles actually better after about 3 runs. It's just started to stretch the tendons and strengthen the tendons after they've healed, and it's basically improved the motor skills. So I was limping just as a habit because I was walking with a sprain for so long, and so now it's just gotten my body back into its natural flow of moving. Yeah. So yeah, running's helping a lot, and I'm loving it. Yeah, I want to do a lot more. Trying at least do like 2-3 runs a week. But so I've got some of my shoes. These are an old pair. I'm going to go through them all. I am an overpronator, so I've got flat feet. My feet roll inwards, medial wise. So I actually need specific shoes to run in properly, especially with this ankle situation. So these, even though I love them, they're nice and flat, nice and light, really soft. They're too narrow for my feet, and they don't have much medial support. But they're a great shoe. I did try and running them a little bit, but I was finding that it was like I'd go through the foam and I would hit the road, and it ended up becoming really hard because it's just a thin amount of the fresh foam, because it's a road running shoe. If they had medial support and just like a little bit more foam and they were a little bit wider, that'd be perfect. But I love them. For a wearing shoe, they're cool. For a road running shoe, if you're neutral footed and you don't have a wide foot, or you can get them in wide, they're brilliant. I forget the name of these. They got like some crazy name that I can't. Mizana Pub or something. So yeah, but they're a great shoe by New Balance. I'm going to put them aside because they're kind of irrelevant a little bit. I'll just move this up a little bit. So they're kind of irrelevant a little bit because I am an overpronator. Okay, so I'll get into these. So these are my old ones, my old asics. They are an 1170 with a bit of gel on the heel. Middle wise, they got this Duramax, really great for support. Because these are really old, like these are a really good width for me as well. Because they're really old, the foam has compressed so much they won't really give me much cushioning. And there's no real toe roll, not anymore anyway. It doesn't feel compared to some newer shoes. So I felt like I could feel the foam was kind of dead. I've had these for years. Like these are like 10 years old. I do use the runner's loop because I like to actually lock my heel right in the back of the shoe. Being flat-footed, I tend to kind of heel strike, I guess. So if my heel's all the way back, then I will drop more into the medial part of the shoe. It's just how I feel that my motion seems to work. So these weren't working. So what I did, I ended up going onto a site and I got some of these, which are an asics Kano 14. And I had a pair of these when they first came out, and then these were re-released. The gel on these is amazing. I love them. The width is good. I end up getting, you see the realign inner in there, so I swapped the inner and I got one which was better for stability as an arch support. The cushion was great. I could feel the arch support quite well. Just because of the inner sole. If I take it out, I can really only feel this part here, and it kind of throws back into a neutral kind of shoe after that, so I do kind of roll inwards a tiny bit. These are a great shoe, so I've turned these into just a casual shoe now. They're really a nice looking shoe. The gel on these, I really like asics gel. The cushioning is really good. The forefoot stability is really good. I found, once again, the roll off the toe, there wasn't a lot of roll off the toe. But once again, it's old technology. They're really great. I would actually love to try some of the newer asics. I would love to try stability shoes, to be honest. Any companies out there that wish to send me some to run, I will run in them. I will run in them daily if they request. I'm only doing 2K runs, but yeah, I mean, these also have the little loop for, so you can do the runner's loop to lock your heel in. But yeah, I mean, I'm more than happy to, if a company wants to send me some shoes, try them out and compare them. I ended up, these are last year's model, and these are my latest shoes. I got these recently, just on the Black Friday discounts, and I noticed then that they got like a new model coming out, and I started getting into shoes again. When I was young and I was really into shoes and jogging, I used to research shoes, so I used to like bend them, twist them, check the stability, press into the foam, and I'll test the density and whatnot. I like feeling, so you can see how this actually comes up higher and dips out where like the heel is and the Achilles is, so it actually sits nicer, like your heel comes in and it sits nicer on your Achilles. I haven't done a runner's loop in these, but I do use a heel lock. I have to slide my heel back into them, so my heel does lock into them. I notice they're very stable on the medial side of it, so it feels like my heel slips to the side a little bit if I don't, because it's softer here. But that's so when you run, it's soft and it helps it correct, and then all this stops you from rolling in, which works and it's great. The toe box on this is amazing. It's perfect. It's a 2E. It's a wide. That's perfect for me. I'm a size 8. The sole on these is brilliant. I find. I've only had like 2 runs in these, but they're great. They're comfortable. These are probably one of the best shoes that I've actually worn. I really like the reflective end on it as well. Not that it really makes any difference to the performance. You can feel this this foam here, spring. The toe on these, you can really feel it sort of roll and propel you forward. The medial support, it's not too strong, so it's not like running on a heavy arch support like this, because that's like a hard, almost like carbon fiber plastic kind of arch support. But it's really soft. These are like running on clouds. These are literally like running on like a big cushion. The foam in these is brilliant. So these have basically rectified my love for New Balance after these, because this is what I thought that this was going to be like. Yeah, I love running these. Just the fact that it counteracts and makes my foot roll properly rather than letting it drop in. and go flat, I can actually feel afterwards I start to walk properly. I start to not want to roll my feet in just like naturally because they've been in that natural movement pattern since being in a shoe like this. I have tried barefoot running. I felt my heels hit very hard and my feet would roll in a lot because of the flat feet, and my ankles were actually straining because of it. Since I started to wear these and run, my ankles have felt wonderful. Um, my run in these and my run in these before I actually came into these and decided to buy like a new pair altogether, um, my ankles did start to strengthen, but since I actually put these on, like it just moves so much better. My body movement, because when you've got like a stiff ankle, you kind of still kind of have a slight limp. That's gone, and I can literally just roll and just like go with the flow. I just like sort of put on like the front part of the heel, and it'll just flow through, and it's just following, just letting the foam do its work and just roll you forward. I'll just do a slow jog, and it just goes in. With me in these, all I have to do is remember to shove my heel all the way in the back, and then eventually I'll end up doing the same runner's loop as this and just like locking my heel all the way in. But they're great. I would actually love to try the difference between these and the new ones. I would love to try the difference between these and other brands of stability shoes, just to compare how they actually work on the stability side, like if it actually holds up on the medial side of the shoe to stop rolling in as much. You know, like the new Kayanos, GT2000s, Brooks, Sauconys, Hockers, whatever. With me, I don't really have the money to just buy a whole lot of them and test them. So if a company did want me to do it, or if people did want me to review them, the company would have to send me some. But if they were to do that, then I'll definitely I'll run in them like daily if they wanted to, and I'll literally compare them to these. But these are an amazing shoe. The 860. It's great. I'm only doing like 2K runs, but they're so comfy. They just they help you move so well. Like when you actually stop and you start to walk. So sometimes I'll stop and I'll have like a little sort of like fast walk pace or something in between, just to like get my breath back, and then I'll start to run again. They make you want to run. It's not like, oh, I have to start running again. It's almost like the shoe wants to egg you on to keep running. Yeah, it's really, really comfy. Not just the upper. I've had no problems with the tongue. The cushioning on here is brilliant. The foam, this fresh foam is just amazing. It's so soft. Like when I was younger, when I used to wear Nikes, I used to like squish on the air bubble. I kind of want to do that with the fresh foam, and just like when I walk, when I run, just like squish and just let it roll, just like and just like let it push through. So yeah, in a nutshell, that's my thing with shoes. That's my situation with shoes. But yeah, as far as stability goes, like these ones, the Duramax is quite hard. This is a foam. It's a harder foam, so it's still soft underneath the foot. So it's not like abusive to your arch, if you know what I mean. It's not like too harsh. It's almost just like a soft sole that just sort of stops it dropping. It just props it up and just holds it in that right place, and just holds your foot like stable. So for someone that's had sprained ankles and they roll in a lot and it actually like hurt my tendons, to actually find something like this is great. So I'd love to run more, and like I said, I mean, if possible, if I had the opportunity, I would love to try different brands of different shoes. Um, I used to get like, so these still got the paper in them. They've actually got like a nice toe box. With these, they're just a smidge too thin for me, whereas these are like a 2E wide. Yeah, so they're a 2E wide, size 8.5. These ones are, so they're half a size bigger. But for some reason they fit well, and just like that toe box is just it's so nice. I can just like spread my toes, and you can it just feels more like a natural run. So in a nutshell, that's a brief shoe review. I'm going to keep running in these, and I mean, I don't think this sole's going to wear much at all. I've heard it's like blown rubber. It's very strong. The upper's very comfortable. So I mean, these should last me like a year of like solid running. But yeah, I would actually love to have something combined between these two, if you know what I mean. So something slimmed down. So the type of sole that's on this, and the medial support that's on this, and the heavy cushion that's on this, and something like this, or maybe that's what this is. You know what I mean? Because this is technically a road running shoe, almost like a marathon shoe, whereas this is more like your everyday trainer kind of shoe, which is similar to what this was, and definitely what this was. It's just like an everyday trainer kind of shoe. So it would be very interesting to see how they hold up against other supportive shoes that are out there. But these are the go.